is there going to be a write-up from you possibly as a way of harmonization, which we can put in our curriculum? And are we going to put in the course description, isn't it? An item of Islamization, because normally of a course description, isn't it? I need at what level? Because I think on the 22nd, we are distributing a course structure, course outlook for members to start. Already education they have started, isn't it? I think we need that structure urgently. And that write up. And where exactly are we going to put it?
Okay, thank you. Dr. Biango.
Allow me to speak when I'm also standing. Thank you so much, facilitator, for this workshop. But it's been bothering me since we began our exercise. What is it exactly informs this workshop? Where have we fallen short? Is it that our graduates are not meeting the outcomes we expected, and therefore we think that because of the 25% examination part that we have is the reason we are falling short, and therefore we need to increase our examination? Where is the problem that requires that we add more Islam to our papers to solve this? I'm not gotten that here clearly. Where is the shortfall? Are we failing to meet some
Problem statement.
then? And maybe lastly, why did our forefathers only bring on board 25%, if it's 25% anyway? Were there no sheikhs? Were there no scholars? Why only 25%? And do we need to increase now to 50% now? I thank you.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala Nabiyyina Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. My concern is idea about Islamization in class. To relate Islamization in class. I suggest when we are teaching in class, some topic is need to relate Islam. Those topics we need to relate in Islam, we give evidence in the Quran and Hadith. Where is it necessary? Where is not necessary, we leave. But the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam has told us, I leave two things for the ummah, for the community, for the world. One is the Quran and the Sunnah. When we follow that, we shall not be lost. We cannot go astray. So that is my advice or my concern.
Okay, thank you. Chair of the session, thank you. Members, I want to again thank Dr. Adam Musa. He is trying to conceptualize integration, Islamization of knowledge in an IU perspective, a Ugandan perspective, and of course, by the end of the day, there are a lot of conceptual issues. I think to many of them, right from Professor Tindifa to what Madam Maimuna is saying. But I really want to think that if we want to solve this problem, there are two folds. Number one, we may need practically to do this. You get the framework for Nietzsche. Nietzsche has given us that framework where you're going to do everything you want to do. And you're giving out on the 22nd. And you do it practically using that framework of IOK. Probably at faculty level, I don't know. Time is not on our side. But also, I want to tell this forum that KIU is already ahead of us. They have finished all their curriculums because they designed the software, an AI software, to help them actually work on their curriculum. This work seems to be too much given that the university is undergoing too much. I want to request this meeting as part of a resolution that top management either works with the ICT or they get a specialist to come and design a tool to fast track all this into an AI tool that should redesign all the curriculums, and they make the work what is. Otherwise, we are going to be stopped from admitting. Number two, in the same line, he kept on talking about a software. If that software is designed together with the Nietzsche and his software and his framework, the one that why I call him he's trying to come up with something new. It is yours, so we don't want to call it ours until it has been fully brought on what? On board. I think it is something good, but still very complex and too wide. So if it is inbuilt in the same software and curriculums very easily, then probably we go back to the faculty level and now review, see whether the tool has given us the right word. Because you can't rely on tools 100%. Otherwise, I am worried. And I'm not a person who is negative, but where we are going and the time we have, it is too much. I submit, Chair.
I would like to first give Dr. Adam to respond to those, then we can see where next to move in relation to the time.
Thank you so much, everybody who has shared the information. I want to start with our director, our beloved professor. If I look and I see, I don't see any worry. Yeah, any worry. Yeah, so you might be fearing your own shadow. Yeah, so we'll give you techniques on how to avoid fearing your shadow, inshallah. Yeah, yeah, that is number one. Number two, on the issue of about the worry, what I've presented here is not my idea, and whatever comes out of my mind is not mine. It's not that I'm building from nowhere, but I'm building on the great thinkers, be it local thinkers, be it Muslim thinkers. I've talked about Socrates. So the information I get, I labored to read a lot of books, and especially in line to our contextualization. Now, my problem, initially my problem when I went to study in Malaysia, I was asking myself, why can't we not do what our brothers in Malaysia are doing? And they're even worried about you. Say, hey, you people. Now, for example, my coming here to Uganda this is exactly what they're expecting me to do. And if they see me now, they are really excited. Huh? Because we might think they know nothing about us. They know a lot about us. Huh? First of all, when it comes to thinking and critical thinking, system thinking, problem solving, we still have a problem. I don't know what the problem is. Is it hunger? I don't know. But, Dr. Medina, don't worry. The fact that we've come for this workshop, the fact that the university has spent its resources for us to come here and talk about this beautiful information, it means we are moving on the right direction. So you don't need to worry about that, inshallah. We are going to do the validation. We'll test. Yourself, you can test it. The weaknesses in it. Until you appreciate, oh, this weakness has moved out of it, inshallah. The issue of concern of the idea of Islamization. Now, the issue of Islamization, is it in class or something like that? The issue of using Quran as evidence. Don't forget, Allah tells us, أَفَلَا تَدَبَّرُونَ. Yeah. Because now the Prophet is not with us. He's not with us. But interestingly, Prof, the issue of the last regime in Islam, we believe, this is the regime of Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, until the day of judgment. There is no any other prophet who is going to come. So before he left, he gave us all the equipment we need to solve any crisis. He gave us the formula. So when you see Muslims are in crisis, you know there is something they are not doing right. Because everything is there. So the issue, there are certain things which in Quran, they are clear. But there are certain things where you have to use your ijtihad, reasoning, common sense. You don't need an expert to come and tell you that this and this and this. You use your common sense, and you use the knowledge you have of the Quran and the guidance given to you. Not only Quran and Sunnah is not the only sources of knowledge. We talked about the created world. We are human beings. We are first human beings. And when you are talking about the issue of Islam, that is your identity. But you are a human being. There are human beings who are not Muslims, but they also contribute. The Japanese civilization, the Chinese civilization. All right? So it's high time and I explained our crisis. And I explained our crisis. There were events we went through in Uganda. War, a lot of other issues. And that determined there was a huge gap in education. And that's why, thanks to wherever and the government of the day, they come up with for our fathers, most of them who have died, they did a lot. They negotiated with the state. They say, we are backward. We have this, we have this. And the state helped them to connect with the Muslim world. And now we are here. Yes, what went wrong? In terms of classification of knowledge, the curriculum, the blueprint, because in that hurry, duka, they forgot the blueprint. What did they do? They started benchmarking with anybody. So whenever you benchmark with anyone, you are getting their objectives direct into yours. And there is no way you can remove it. And this is where we reached in a stage where we have that 22%. Now, why do I say the 22%? What about the 75%? That formula is just, in fact, that formula, I had to come and use it so that everybody listened to me. Nobody was listening to me, and nobody was understanding what I was saying. I remember when the other workshop you had here about the 3 days workshop. Yeah. When I looked at that workshop, I was so worried. I cannot hide that. I was so worried, thinking we are going to miss 100 years opportunity. Yes. No. The directives from the National Council of Higher Education is a special one. And it's a big opportunity for us. And alhamdulillah, slowly by slowly, I started using circles, and they started understanding me. One circle says circle in the middle, CBC. And if we leave it that way, it's going to remain like that. So let's add another circle. Started understanding me. And we are here. So what does that mean? We are doing Islah. Turongosa. I don't know in English. Kurongosa in English is what? Yeah, we are rectifying things. And we are human beings. We want, we don't want. We are human beings. Anytime we can make mistakes. But someone has to tell us, hey, you guys, you know what? Come this way, and we go this way. And I think this is why we have the concept of commanding good and forbidding what? Evil. Because when you see we are moving away, it's upon us, all of us, to come and help our leaders, help the next generation, help everyone. Otherwise, if we don't do it, especially now like me who did some study, now what am I going to tell the Creator? Huh? You did this, and you did nothing? But alhamdulillah, it's a form of faragatul kifaya. The few of us have really helped the other bigger community not to get in a bigger what? Problem. And these things happen in our lives, and it will always happen. So the issue of structure, nothing went wrong. Every generation, new things come. So you have to adopt to the new situations, inshallah. Concern, there is clarification on harmonizing. Now, when you talk of harmonization, the issue is, what do you want? And I would advise all of us to not so much focus on causality. Causality has a problem. So whenever you talk of causality, you are looking at cause and effect. Now when you're talking at cause and effect, you are missing out purpose. Because now we are looking at what was there yesterday. And this is where causality is very dangerous. Cause and effects. It's very, very, very dangerous. And now when you look in all our curriculum, it is almost everywhere. So we look behind. But what about we stick to the objective? Maqasid. Objective. The higher objective. So the more you look at the higher objective you want to achieve, the more you are going to work towards that higher goal. But the more you start looking at what happened yesterday, by the time you are going to focus to look at tomorrow, when everything is gone. So it's high time we start looking at purpose. Purpose, objectivity, the higher goal. What do we want to achieve? Let's try to forget about our problems. The problem statement. We want, we don't want, those problems are going to be there. But can we approach those problems using what? Higher objective. All right? There is this. You don't look at it as a problem. You make it an objective to rectify that thing before it becomes a problem to the humanity. Yeah.
Clarification on purification.
Yeah.
I think that was.
Yeah.
You throw out some things that are.
Now everything has purification. Anything living thing or anything, non-living thing, huh? The nature, the environment around ourselves, huh, will at one time need that toxicity, that toxic inside that element to move out. Just imagine you have a body. If you have any foreign thing in your body, you want, you don't want, it's not its place. The body, either you remove it, or the body will use all the mechanism to what? To remove it. And this is exactly the concept of purification goes. We are looking at knowledge. Let's not forget that. We are talking at knowledge. Knowledge can be purified like zakah. Huh? On daily basis, we purified our food. We bathe. Bathe is a form of purification. You go, you get water, you remove the dust. So even in the knowledge, the same thing is there. The concept is there in knowledge. So don't remove your mind away from the knowledge, but in your curriculum, you ask, how can we purify? What is toxic in our curriculum? Can we remove it, or can we purify it? When I talk of purification, it doesn't mean you get it and you throw it away. You might need to a little bit clean it. Maybe if water is not enough, you get some other detergent and clean it until it becomes pure. Yeah, that's the whole notion of purification. I think the last one, Prof was talking of clarification on the methodology. Prof, it's a human intellectual activity. You as a society, what do you want? Because God gave us the 5 senses. That's why we have it there. God gave us the 5 senses. We are human beings. We have desires. We have needs. We want to move from here to there. So, how are you going to move? How are you going to move? Are you going to move instead of moving on the main road, you come straight here, or you're going to first move in the river, on the river there. You move like that, you move in the river, then you come this way, then you reach. It's all about you. We as human beings, what do you want to do? It's all about you. The methodology is all about you, and how do you want to make your contribution to the world, right? So that's how this method helps you to give you the clear path. You can say a main road can help you achieve the objective you want to achieve. I hope
more and more. This is not only the end. I know we have one last session on the resolutions. Where do we move from here? How do we take these concepts? How do faculties work and so on? But that's not my session. I want to thank you very much for being here. Really, the podium should have been full, because key members, deans, HODs, and maybe even some lecturers are very key in taking us forward, because in the end, this is a presentation on a structure and a method and way we can try to buffer our curriculum with the integration of knowledge or Islamization of knowledge, but on the basic, we know that we have spoken that the basic is to ensure that this knowledge emanates from the Islamic, to be able to take the Islamic perspective on whatever knowledge we are giving. Whether the person will use it or not, at one point, I think that is between him and Allah or her and Allah. But in order to take the knowledge in our curriculum so that the learners get it and they can become better people to address the societal needs. So we are trying just to come up with a framework and look at how IUIU as an institution can do this in a systematic. Is it systematic and there's the other word, systematic, very good way, so that it is integrated and our curriculum we can be sure that we have looked at it and integrated resolution. So thank you very much. I want to end here as the session on the framework, and what he's giving us is we must test it, we must see if it works, but where do we take it from here? And that takes us to the next session on the workshop resolutions. And if I can take the MC's job, I want to just hand over the microphone so we can move into that session. Thank you very much, members.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, members. We are winding up. I don't know. Okay. No. We are going to take like 5-10 minutes because we're just taking the resolutions. Dear members, I don't want to talk what have been talked this morning. I know the topics. You know what has come out. I understand Dr. Marina had already given us our way forward. Members, the way forward from this workshop that we submitted to the relevant authorities for implementation. Remember, you have some 5 minutes. The first one to talk, Dr. Hatim, will talk. Thank you. Second one. Well, I'm not seeing hands, members. Resolution, members. Resolution. Someone can help me with the mic. I don't want to. After Dr. Hatim, I'll tell another person. Start with Dr. Okay. Anzengava. Start with Dr. Hatim. After Dr. Hatim, Dr. Maimun. Our rapporteur is recording.
First, I would like to thank facilitator for this workshop, Dr. Musa, and all the chairs of the sessions, and thank you for this opportunity. It is good to have the flavor of Islam flavor, since IUIU is Islamic University in across our courses. This is number one. Secondly, we need also to think big, because this effort it needs a lot of actions to be done, especially to look at the policies, as well as to put it within a very big projects, and it needs human resources, and also it needs money. The cost, we need to look at the cost implication. I submit, sir.
Thank you very much. I've got the issue of the policy, very, very important. Look into our policies, how we can implement this. And other issues. Dr. Maimuna? I'm not seeing
Thank you very much.
Be precise and concise, members. I have reminded you 3 minutes.
Mine is related to what Dr. Hatim said. I think you need some steering committee. And then also, this is a request. Do you have a template of a course outline or whatever that members can draw more ideas from? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. After Dr. Halima, come to Professor Tindifa.
Thank you very much. Just to be very precise, because I know we are working within. So one, that you continue to work on the framework and you also share it with the members who have been earmarked in this session so that they trickle it down to the faculties and the directorates. Then I also would like to say that just as we are doing the CBET trainings, we did it at faculty level. This one workshop cannot make all the maybe the actions that we want. So I would like also to put it down, if you members agree, that one of the resolution is yes, the steering committee will be there, but we trickle it down so that even the training maybe not as comprehensive as this, but showing how the framework can work when it comes to faculty level, so that the members get the hands-on quickly, so they can, as they are working on the CBET, they can also work on this at the same time. And just to say that there was one question on those that have been submitted to National Council, should we do nothing about them? I think one of the resolutions is we take it back, whether it has gone to National Council or not, we still see how we can benefit from the framework and go on. Thank you very much, members.
Thank you very much. Dr. Tindifa.
I have one practical recommendation I would like to make. One is converting Islamic knowledge into practice. I think that is an issue that we need to address ourselves too, because we are dealing with spirituality, practice, and so on and so forth. So how do we synchronize spirituality with practical knowledge? Because competence-based education is about instilling skills, and that's what we need to look into in Islam. Then the other issue relates to the structural aspects. We just got a directive from Ministry of Education for universities to incorporate CBE in curriculum. But I don't know how structurally we are doing it at IUIU. I'm recommending that there is need to have a committee of wise men and wise women to steer this process rather than doing it anyway, haphazardly, just
haphazardly.
Yeah. So, yes, here and there, just jumping here and there and so on. We need to have a well-structured process which is guided by the committee of wise men and wise women. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, members. I want to conclude this session. One remaining person. Oh, I'm getting.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, we are in digital age. We may not believe so much in AI, but as the director of the campus has said, let ICT help us to develop a tool which can ease our work. We have 21 programs, with almost each program having over 40 mostly. I think doing it by August manually. ICT can help us. Maybe the other one, this is practical by our experience. Releasing funds for curriculum development, it is for Sabilillah. Uganda do, till shall give you. I think we need to do something as quickly as possible. Okay. I think funding is an issue in Borough House. Assalamu alaikum.
Dr. Kavali. You will. Let Dr. Kavali finish. And you'll be the last, inshallah.
Bismillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. We have reached a stage of concretizing what we have been listening to. But I believe, this is my thinking, I believe that before we go further, we needed to understand very well the issue of Islamization and integration before we move further. I don't think that our listening this morning and up to this time, it is enough for us to make us move so that we target August. We need to understand. I come from the background where he's coming from. The scholars there, to reach where they reached, they had to do a lot of training, a lot of input before they moved. I therefore suggest that we need, yes, we are targeting to reach where we are. To me, I've been listening since the brother Adam presented in the other conference, and he said our percentage is 25%. All of us who were here, if you remember, we disagreed with that percentage. And we said, no, Brother Adam is what? He tried to explain to us how he reached that percentage. But all of us we were not convinced. But now we are building on it as if it is a reality of 25%. I know we have done a lot, we have done this and that. But me, as a person who has been here for all that time, when I look at the history, I ask myself, what went wrong? I remember with our pioneers here of Faculty of Education, pioneers up to, I think, 5 years or more. When they were going to school practice, all other universities were admiring them. And we were saying, you students are the ones to follow. What went wrong? It is no longer the case today. If I'm to give the examples, I'm finishing. Makerere University had refused our students to go and do masters there. Until lecturers who were lecturing here and Makerere had to intervene, and they admitted some of the students. But surprisingly, those ones who were admitted, after finishing their courses, Makerere was not accepting to release them, was eager to retain them, and some of them are still there. Is it the curriculum that has changed, or it is we the people who have changed, and what is to be done about us the people? Thank you.
Thank you. The way forward, Dr. Kabali, we go back to the norm. Okay, bring my mic. Time is over. Conclude.
I think mine, I just want to recollect. I earlier on gave a way forward. We put an additional chapter within the course outline that talks about Islam of a given module or paper that is being taught. Number 2, I have requested that management engages specialists in designing AI tools to model that idea in the curriculum, and they see how it will come out. Then later they can review. All that is work in progress. But remember, we don't have time. We are supposed to submit the curriculums that are competence-based. And I've also advised that all this work is becoming too much. Yet one tool can do the work in one day. So if management would come in and support, it would be nice. So his conceptualization and idea looks to be a novel. He refuted that it is a novel research activity. But in my view, I think it is novel, because he wants to see how IOK will work in a local setting of a local university or international and local university in Uganda. That is my take. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much. I'm giving a minute to our facilitator to summarize in 1 minute, and we'll go back to our agenda.
Naam, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, thank everyone for this moment. In addition to what has been said, I would just like to inform members, part of my work is to also deliver the resolution that has been said here, and I report and take all the ideas, what transpired here, to the one who sent me here, the chairman of the Dean's Forum. Obviously, it's going to be through my dean and through my head of department. So the idea is going to go back there. Then I believe all of you now, you have, as Dr. Kabali said, you have an opportunity now at that level to conclude these things. But I want to give you an assurance. The time factor Dr. Madina is talking about, Associate Professor Dr. Madina is talking about, I'm very enthusiastic. I see this whole exercise can be completed in 3 months. That is if you believe. And we move to the end. So I really see it's an activity of not more than 3 months. No matter how difficult it is, at least the expertise and the skills, at least we've been trained to do that. And we can help the institution and all these departments to achieve that. I think that's not a big problem. I think I submit. Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank our partner, Dr. Adam Musa, for those kind remarks. May I want to thank you for everything. I want to thank you for running this workshop. We have really benefited. Now, as we are saying on our program, I'm seeing Vice Sector Finance give remarks. I think Dr. Halima is here. You want to skip that? Okay, Dr. Halima is saying that we skip that. Issuing certificate. Is certificate online? Okay. Okay, inshallah, online. E-certificates members, I think they have our... I don't know where they registered. Me, I did not register. I did not register. But well, I don't know whether I go direct to Deni Faizu. Whom are you going to invite now? You had to invite Vice Sector Finance, but but it has been skipped. And the e-certificates next time, I think you have the photos. That's what's meaning. Just come here and you get photos. Or recitation first. Recitation first. HOD. I've been advised to call Dr. Kavari to give a recitation.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Alaikum salam. I don't know who is leading photos. For us, we are here.